everyone. I welcome you all in this exciting session on hackathons and in this amazing Valentine's Week special series. Today, we'll talk all about hackathons, and we have with us our amazing, and super talented speaker, Mohit Bhat. And let me tell you some things about him. He has a lot of experience that if I start talking now, then the sessions would get over. So yes, so you can imagine how much you got to learn about him from this session. He has participated in a lot of hackathons and won over more than 50 plus hackathons. He has also been winner and finalist three times at ETH Global Hackathons, served as a Smart India Hackathon evaluator in 2024. He's been a GSOC mentor, participated in GitHub externships and Google Summer of Bitcoin and Summer of Code as well. And yes, he's currently working as a full stack Web3 engineer at Fleek. And he has a lot of feathers in his cap. So without further ado, let's start this amazing session on hackathons where we'll dive all about hackathons from basic if you're a beginner and to advanced if you're a pro in hackathons. So yes, Mohit, the stage is all yours, and if you want to introduce yourself again, you can.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Let me share my screen first. I hope the screen is visible, right?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so hey everyone. First of all, thank you, Manik, for a great introduction. And it's like exciting to see all of you here in this session. And I will again like introduce myself. Of course, he has given a great introduction of me. But I would like to just talk a little bit about me as well. So I'm Mohit, like I'm a full stack Web3 engineer at Fleek Network USA. I'm also a project admin and mentor at Google Summer of Code for C2SI organization. So if you guys have like any questions regarding that as well, I would be happy to answer apart from the hackathons. I'm like also having like part of like Summer of Bitcoin, GitHub externship, and of course also a hackathon geek. Like I love participating in hackathons. Uh, I will share my journey as well, like how I started and uh, how I went into all of those things and why I did it. Uh, but yeah, like I have participated in a lot of hackathons and it's been an amazing time. So let's get started with the session, which is basically hack the hackathons. I see hackathons as a way to win, learn, earn, and launch. That is like my tagline. This tagline is for a lot of people, but this is the tagline that I see the hackathons from my point of view, which is like it is a way to win, it is a way to learn, it's a way to earn, which is like the major part of it, and also it's a way to launch. And we will see like why I'm saying all of those things. So let's get started with the session. So what are hackathons? This is, I know like a lot of people already know about hackathons, but this is for those people who are like totally new. I have seen a lot of people have many misconceptions with respect to hackathons. They see it as like something extraordinary or big thing to crack or big thing to participate in. So I would first introduce like what exactly hackathons are. So hackathons are basically an intensive coding events. It's not like the DSA coding events. Okay, it's basically an event where they bring up a lot of people under a same roof. Nowadays, a lot of hackathons happen online, but most of the hackathons are actually offline, where like a lot of developers, students come under like uh, you can say like uh, a place where like all of these people basically make teams. Some people come with the teams they have from their colleges, or a lot of people actually just create teams in the hackathon itself, and they like work on building something very unique, new, or maybe just for learning. So these hackathons are not any kind of like extraordinary things or something where like you are being tested or you are being interviewed or you are being like asked a lot of questions or something like that. It's just a cool place where you just have to like think about some great ideas, make a team and build something, and then ultimately what you have to do is just basically present into judges, and then judges basically decide like who are like the top 10 and then who are like the top 3, and they grant you the prizes. This is like what the hackathons are. A lot of people think hackathons also means like my parents when I started hackathons, they felt like hackathon means like I am hacking on something. And I have seen few students also thinking like this, which are in first year. They think like hackathons are something like related to cyber security and related items. No, it's just a name given to it, but it's all about like building things, building apps, building websites, um, like building like new things, maybe tools for the organizations or something related to that. And if you ask me like, is it open to everyone? Yes, it's open to all tech backgrounds, whether you are a coder, whether you are a product manager, whether you are a designer. Nowadays like marketing hackathons are also there, but uh, it's mostly specific to technical things. It is open for like whether you are from B Tech or IT or any kind of background. In fact, there are like a lot of hardware hackathons. There are like hackathons for like building cars and related stuff, like for the mechanical people or the civil people. Of course, the number of hackathons that are happening in that field is very less, but uh, uh, hackathons are like across all the engineering backgrounds. And mostly in hackathons theme vary. Sometimes it's open innovation, sometimes it's AI hackathon, sometimes it's a web3 and a blockchain hackathon, which is like my favorite. I initially started with uh, college level hackathons and all of these things. Nowadays, I just participate in Web3 hackathons. I still participate because this is something like through which I like learn a lot of things. Although I don't go to like those college level hackathons and all of those things. Nowadays, I just go to like international ones. But there was a time like when I uh, uh, participated like almost in every hackathon that was happening in India in any of the colleges. So basically, like when I was in my first year, uh, I got to know about these hackathons and all of those things. And there was my friend, and I decided like let's make a team. So we made a team of 4 people by the end of the first year, and then we just went into like the hackathon things. Like we just applied on the websites at the same time. Like there was a platform that was launched called as devfolio. So when I started hackathon participating in hackathons, at that time only that platform was launched, that devfolio platform. So we would like apply to them. Initially we got rejections because these hackathons sometimes select you as well, like based on your profile, like whether you are allowed to come to the hackathon or not. But we just applied like to 10 hackathons. We got selected in 5 and we went. And the best part was like we went to the hackathon in IIT Roorkee, which was the first hackathon. And we were totally new. We just built something on AI. And the best part was like we were the winners. We got the third prize in that hackathon. So that just motivated us. The college also motivated us, and after that it was like the second hackathon, third hackathon, learning new things and applying. And at the same time, in a hackathon itself, I actually got to know about blockchain. So there was at the same time this Polygon chain was launched, and they gave a bounty. So they like had a bounty in the hackathon, like whosoever builds on blockchain using the Polygon chain, they would give like the prize money to them. And at that time I didn't know anything about blockchain. So in that hackathon itself, my team, like 3 other people, just went to understand what the hell blockchain is, what Web3 is, and we built something on it. And you can just imagine, like in just 24 hours, we understood what the blockchain is and we made something. It was not something like we are like extraordinary or we can learn a lot of things, but it's just the environment, and that is like one of the best part of hackathons, the environment it gives you. So next day we have to show it, we need the prize, we need to pitch it. That pressure actually like helped me to learn Web3 very quickly in just 24 hours. Not like perfectly, I'm not saying like I was just perfect after that, but at least I built something out of it. And the best part was we again won that bounty as well. So, and that was the day like when I started this Web3 thing, and then we participated and stuff. So I would say like the hackathons is a place like where you can learn different techs, different things. You get prizes, you get mentorship, you network with a lot of people, and that is like what I would say are the benefits of hackathons as well. So normally like when you are learning any new stack, let's say you are learning Node.js, you decided to learn Node.js, and you decided to learn like uh, AI or blockchain, you might go to like YouTube channel and start seeing a tutorial. But what I have found personally is like if you watch that tutorial, maybe like in next 15 days while you are watching that tutorial, you will feel like you have learned that particular tech stack. But just after 10 days, if you have not built any project out of it, you will basically forget everything that you have learned for last 15 to 20 days in that tutorial on the YouTube. And it is also like I always say like until and unless you have a project on a particular technology or whatever the framework you are saying that you know, until and unless you have a project of that framework in your resume, no one will believe you that you have learned that. Either you get a certification, that is one thing, or you get a project, or you build 2 3 projects. And until and unless you don't have that thing in your resume, no one will believe on you, no one will like basically select you for like interviews in that particular stack and everything. And the hackathons plays a very great role here. It's a hands-on learning. So what I did like when I was learning all of those things, so I would just think, okay, today I have to learn Node.js. So we would like first of all I would go on YouTube, learn through the tutorials and all of those things, and then in a hackathon I would build using Node.js something, whatever the idea we thought of. Maybe once we thought of like the AI ML thing. So for that I needed like the backend stuff. Okay, for the blockchain as well, I needed like the backend stuff and all of those things. So for that I learned Node.js, and then I implemented it. And it was actually easy to learn while thinking of a project. If you just learn anything in like in any direction, you don't have anything in your mind like what you want to do with that framework, it's very difficult to learn. But if you have something in your mind that I want to learn this particular, I want to build this particular app, I want to build this particular backend, I want to build this particular thing. And if you learn by taking those all of those things in your mind, you will learn better and you will remember it for a longer time. So it's a hands-on learning way. Okay, I learned a lot of things in just 24 hours. It's the best way to learn quickly. It's the same thing as I think all of you are in colleges, so you would be like having an exam tomorrow, so you would have seen like just one day before the exam you will learn everything. Like I learned a lot of if I was learning for 1 week, I would not learn anything. Okay, but it just like 24 hours before. In fact, by the end of the third year, the case was I learned whole database concepts by starting at 12 a.m. and giving the exam in the morning at 8 a.m. So I think you all do that, right? In whether you are in maybe first year ones don't do that, but second year ones and third year ones and fourth year ones do that. And the same thing applies to hackathons. And I still remember what I learned that day in those 3 4 hours. Okay. So that is one part. What are the benefits? The second part is like networking, building in public limelight. Uh, you get to network with a lot of people. You will meet a lot of people in these hackathons. You will meet those judges. You will meet mentors there. Okay. I got a lot of connections when I was in college itself, to a lot of people in the industry. And when I shared all of those things on, when I like won something, I shared it on LinkedIn, I got limelight from there as well. So of course when you are participating in hackathons, I would suggest you to basically put all of those things in like public. It helps you more, like you're participating as well. If you don't win as well, still put your project or whatever you did in the hackathon on like uh, on the LinkedIn. Just say, like, let's say if you came to top 10, okay, just put it on the LinkedIn like you went to top 10 out of these people and you build this product. And if you are a top three, like if you are the winner, just put that in like on the LinkedIn. And frankly speaking, I got a lot of internships, I got a lot of jobs from participating in hackathons. And this is, I'm saying, like, not in just like in any way, but it just the real truth. So hackathons played a vital role uh, in my career and all of the time. That's why I still like sometimes participate. So I met a lot of people. I went to hacker houses. I went to a lot of uh, these different kind of hacker spaces where people got to know me. They like referred me. They like know, okay, he's someone who is into blockchain or who is into uh, uh, building things, or he knows this stack. And sometimes what happens, like, there is a company who is looking for a person who is basically uh, very good in a specific tech stack, or they want to build a functionality, let's say chatting application or something like that. And let's say you build a similar kind of thing in the hackathon and you post it on LinkedIn. So there are like 100% chances that person will reach out to you. And this has happened with a lot of people. So a lot of people just build something unique, they put out on LinkedIn. In fact, like sometimes these companies directly reach out from the hackathon projects. So if you are participating in ETH Global or DevFolio, so and in fact in DevPost as well, but DevFolio and ETH Global I have personally seen has a reach there. So if you have that profile and whatever the project, so a lot of these companies and organizations see those profiles and sometimes reach out to you like, we really like this project, it was great, and we are building something similar, would you like to join? So that is a way to get internships and all of those things. So and I always say, like, it's always better not to apply to internships and jobs. Be someone like to whom like these all of these companies reach out, and for that you need to show like uh, uh, you need to show like what you know and how you did it, and that can only happen with the help of these public events or putting it in like public. So the next part is like prizes and recognition. So as I think I have already covered, you get a lot of recognition, and of course prizes, like the heavy part in Web3 hackathons. uh, Not, I'm saying like more of a Web3, but in normal hackathons as well, like the prizes are huge. Like you will get, the prizes are like 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs. In college level hackathons, it can be like 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. But that is very nice for like initial years when you are just starting in first year. I started with like prize money of 20, 30. But if you slowly go into like, if you are interested in blockchain and if you go to the Web3 hackathons, the prizes there are like 3 crores, 4 crores, 5 crores. It is not given to one person. Okay, that is not the thing. Like, it is not given to one person, but that 5 crore is distributed among a lot of winners, because it is basically you have to hack on the bounties. So I will talk about it in a bit, the bounties and all of those things. So, but normally you can think of like, if you build something good, if you build something great, it would be like minimum 1 lakhs to 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, or 20 lakhs. Some people want like more than that as well, like 25 lakhs. Sometimes you get free trips to London or something like that. And of course, like sometimes job offers directly. This is like, hackathons are like nowadays very prominent, and like there are like a lot of craze of hackathons going on in Web3 nowadays. In AI, using AI agents as well, the hackathon craze is growing and growing. But apart from that, you would still find like Uber having a hackathon. There is a Flipkart Grid hackathon. There is Smart India hackathon. There are a lot of other company level hackathons as well. Like Goldman Sachs have like Code for Good. uh, I mean, like there are a number of hackathons, and they hire people from these hackathons. So Flipkart Grid, I participated in Flipkart Grid as well, and we were in the finals. And they offer like internship in Flipkart. So it's a way to get jobs and internships as well. It's just not about like money or recognition and building resume, but a lot of things. Of course, like resume boost. So a lot of people ask me, like, what are the semester projects we can build? We don't get ideas to build semester projects. We don't have ideas to put it in our resume. I think hackathons are the great way to build your resume as well. You can put, you are building real world projects and you are putting it into resume. So hackathons are a great way to like uh, showcase and build what is needed to get a job and internship. So I never made any semester project or everything. It was a hackathon project which became semester project. It was never like a semester project which became a hackathon project. Okay. Instead of like building library management systems and all of those things, like which are pretty like shit for like getting these internships and all of those things, it's always better you are building like some women safety apps, or you are building some cloud servers, or you are building some tools, or you are building a new database, or you are building a website for crop management. So these are like great things which like affect your resume. And as I said, this is another benefit of hackathon. Like, let's say if you lose the hackathon as well, okay, let's say you do not win anything, you will first of all get a lot of merch. That is another motivation. Okay, I don't know like how many of you like it, but at least in my first and second year I was like very fond of all of those t-shirts and stickers and all of those things. Nowadays I am not like that much fond of those stickers, and because I have got a lot. But initially that was the motivation to go. Prize money was later. Okay, I needed that cup, or like I needed that T-shirt, so that I can flaunt that in like college as well. So that is another motivation to go into, and that is not like something you have to like feel bad about. It's a good way to get motivated. You need something, like you need a reason to go and do anything. So you will get merch, but apart from that, let's say you don't win. Okay, you don't get like any other benefit, but you still got the networking benefit, and you got a project to put on your resume, which is a very big thing in the longer run. If you participated like 20 hackathons, so you will have 20 projects, or maybe you repeated some, so at least you will have 10 projects for your resume, which is like, I have seen students completing all the 4 years, but they don't have anything to show at the end of the 4 years. So this is something like a really great thing to have. Of course, there is startup potential as well. I have seen a lot of successful startups starting from the hackathon. You can get grants. Okay, in Web3 you get grants. So if you had a great idea or you built a great tool, you will get like grant to continue it if you want to. And sometimes you get like investments as well. In AI as well, like we have seen a lot of people build AI products, and later on they got reached by investors to invest in their products, and they launch the startup. If you have a great team and that is your vision, okay, and that is actually like one of the other visions of hackathons as well. College level hackathons is fine for like not having a startup vision always, but these company ones, or like these Web3 ones or AI ones, which are like in general on public, or you have to build on a particular uh, uh, company, like uh, product or something, they have like this vision of that you will convert that hackathon project into a startup, and they are ready for investments as well. So if you have a great team and you want to launch a startup, just make that team and maybe apply to hackathon, win 2 3, and then just go into investments. And that is also give a credibility to your project. So if you just go to an investor and say please give me money, they will not give the money. But if you say like this project has won in like uh, three hackathons, and this was like funded by this and this. We went to Microsoft, and they like we won the Microsoft hackathon or something like that. They will be ready to invest in that. It will also teach you like teamwork and collaboration, which is like very important with respect to jobs and everything. You might have heard that in interviews there is like culture round. So they ask for like questions related to how you will work in a team, what will happen when you have a fight with your teammate. So participating in hackathon actually teaches you, and if they see like you have participated in a hackathon, they might not have a culture around you with you, or they might be like very lean on that aspect, like you know how to work in teams. And it will actually teach you a lot. I have seen people facing issues after 4 years. They're not able to work in team, they're not able to manage the things, they don't know how to like split the tasks, split the work. So in overall it will make you great as an engineer, as a product manager, whatever you want uh, uh, to be. It will prepare you for uh, like the pressure that you get actually in while working in a company. Okay, so you will already be like fluent with handling those all that pressure that comes like later in your like engineering time or the software engineering time, because the most pressurable time is actually hackathons. And just participate in a hackathon as a solo participant and try to win it. Have in your mind that you want to win it, and just participate solo. You will feel the real pressure. Okay, and just start in that 24 hours itself. You will see what the real pressure is, and if you are able to handle it, and if you are like able to win anything, just think of you will handle anything later on in your like work life, and in the career you have. So I think I have already covered rest of the things. You get mentorship and guidance, hack culture and fun, internships and jobs. These are like the byproducts of it. So let's now talk about bit more about how to win them. Okay, how to think of ideas, what are the types of hackathons and all of those things. First of all, hackathons, as I already said, there are like offline and online. Okay, nowadays a lot of online hackathons are there. If your college doesn't support you to go to these hackathons, my college at my time was supporting me to go to these colleges. They were funding me for like the train tickets and all of those things. I have seen like a lot of colleges in India actually help you to go to these inter college events. So but if that is not the case, because not everyone can go from like Delhi to Mumbai, Delhi to Vellore, or Delhi to all of these places initially, like when they are starting. But if you have the capability, I would suggest to initially invest something and go to these hackathons. Train tickets are like not too that much pricey, but if there are concern with respect to like funds and all of those things, ask your college. If they are not supporting, it is always better you start with the online hackathons, and definitely keep participating in online hackathons, because that are like free and doesn't take anything from you, and just earn something from online and then just reinvest it in going to offline hackathons. But I always say offline hackathons are more better than online ones. Okay, if you ask me like, if you say me that I have won 10 online hackathons and 10 offline hackathons, so for me 10 offline hackathons means like 200 online hackathons. That is like uh, the way I see it, because offline hackathons are actually the real hackathons, I would say, and the more uh, uh, I would say a better place and a better way of learning it. Online ones, you can do a lot of cheating. Uh, you are like in a comfort zone at your home. You can handle a lot of things on like in the meet and all of those videos, whatever you create. But in offline, you have to like face the pressure. You are in like in an environment where people are seeing you. You have to present uh, by going on a stage. So that teaches more than what you will learn from the online ones. Then the second thing is like problem statement based hackathons and open innovation. So what I mean by this is like in some hackathons they will give you a problem statement, like these are the 5 problem statements, and you have to build with respect to those problem statements only. But these are like very less. Uh, Not many hackathons do this. Mostly it's open innovation. Open innovation means you can build anything. They will just say that you have to build on AI, blockchain, AR, VR, and no, full stack. That are the themes. And under the themes, you have to like build anything. You build women safety app. You build a new LinkedIn. You build a chat application. You build crop management system, you build like traffic management system, anything, whatever you want to build, uh, that goes into open innovation. And most of the hackathons or web3 hackathons or AI hackathons are like that. You are free to build anything. You are not like uh, asked to like constrained among like a particular problem statements. And I would say just go to these kind of hackathons only because they are much more fluent, and actually you have like a broader prospect of building cool things. Then the durations are like 24 hours, 48 hours, 36 hours. Sometimes the hackathons are a week long, sometimes month long. Week and month long are mostly offline, but nowadays a lot of hackathons are happening internationally and nationally, which are like week long. Okay, the Smart India Hackathon is also a 5 day hackathon if you are participating in a hardware edition, and there are month long events as well. So in Web3, recently I saw like 1 month hackathon. It was not like every day you have to sit, but it was like they funded you to come to a place, okay, maybe in like Manali and all of those places. They choose hackers and all of they teach those people about the technology on which you have to build, and then you have to build, and at the end of the month you have to like present your project, and then there is prize distribution and everything. So these kind of hackathons are also there, and they fund you to come. They provide you with the tickets and everything. So definitely look out for these kind of hackathons whenever they come. And the best place to look out for these hackathons is like Twitter and LinkedIn. Okay. I will show you like how you can find out these hackathons and on these social media platforms. Then of course, like there is like college level hackathons, national level hackathons, and international level one. Of course, start with college level ones, go to national level ones. National level means like company level, I would say. College level also are national level. Okay, inter college level things. But more national level is like Smart India and company based Flipkart Grade and all of those things. And then the international ones like Microsoft Imagine Cup. And then the Web3 hackathons are mostly international. So if you want, come into those hackathons. So if you ask me like what are the platforms for you to look out for, these are the, there are nowadays a lot of platforms, but these are the ones which are like very popular, and mostly uh, the hackathon organizers use these platforms only, which is like Devfolio. Almost all the college level ones goes on Devfolio. So I think this is a nice starting point for you. Then comes DevPost. Here you will find international level online hackathons. Then MLH. Definitely participate in MLH sponsored hackathon. Okay, there are a lot of prizes there, and the major league hacking. The work of the major league hacking is to conduct events. So definitely. Then comes Dora Hacks. It's more prominent in Web3, so you will find a lot of Web3 hackathons on Dora Hacks. I mean, today also there are a lot of events listed here, and the prizes are like minimum $50,000, which is like 40-50 lakhs. So, but for this, you need Web3 knowledge. If you don't have, learn it and then start going on to it. Hacker Earth, here you will find a lot of company level hackathons, Flipkart Grade, and all of those things. Unstop is also a platform for this. Okay, Unstomp and Hacker Earth. Mostly the Indian and the Microsoft, Google, and all of those companies use these two platforms for like if there is an internship hackathon or like related hackathons. Then of course Encode Club, again it's for Web3. ETH Global, the international ones. Here you will not find only college level people, but in ETH Global I also participate. A lot of senior people also participate. Okay, and these are mostly international. There is an ETH Global hackathon coming to New Delhi this year, I think in September. So, and this is a Web3 hackathon only. There is nowadays they also injected AI a little bit, but this is mostly blockchain hackathons. And in New Delhi, this is coming this year in September. So definitely participate in that. And the prizes are like minimum. Uh, okay, it's called ETH Global New Delhi Hackathon. Okay, ETH New Delhi. So in December, Defoli also like conducts ETH India, and then ETH Global is going. ETH Global actually travels to different countries every year. So last year it was in many, but this year also many different countries, Taiwan and all of those things. But one of them is Delhi as well. First time it is coming to Delhi, so you can participate in that. And then of course another way is like sometimes hackathons are not hosted on these platforms, they are hosted on like social media. They are like privately hosted using Google Forms or something like that. They have their own website, and they basically tell about these things on social media. So best way to search on social media is just put like hackathon. Okay, you want to participate in AI hackathon or Web3 hackathon, go on Twitter or go on LinkedIn, just put that tag. I mean, like just search Web3 hackathon. I would say it will automatically show you a lot of things. You just have to surf a little bit and see which were the recent ones. And this is, I think, the quickest way to get it. And then once you found out those hackathons, just follow it. Follow that particular Twitter profile to so that later on you get all of the notifications and your timeline starts showing these kind of events and everything. It should. A lot of people ask me like where to find. First of all, these are the platforms. I think these are sufficient. You will find a lot of them here. But after that, if you're still not able to find a lot of them, if you have missed something, it is definitely social media. You just have to search about those Web3 hackathon tag, Web3 tag, and you will find everything there. So now the point comes how to win these hackathons. Of course, nobody can tell you like a complete uh, trick to win it. It's a matter of uh, managing a lot of things. But personally, what I have seen by participating in so many hackathons, what are the things needed? I will share that aspect. First of all, have a nice team. Okay, if you are initially starting, a lot of students, or you will fail in hackathon if you have built the team just by seeing he's my friend and he's my friend. And okay, if you are just thinking that, probably you will fail in your hackathons. You definitely need the best team, and a team which can never like lose a hackathon would be a person with a front end skill, another person with a back end skill, and another person. I mean, front end and designers can be same. Okay, you just need a person who can basically quickly make front end or just know about front end. Another person should be good with back end. You should tell him, okay, we have to create the API like this, we have to connect the database, we have to do this. He should be able to do it in any framework, whether it's Django or Node.js or anything. And another one should be like presenter. I mean, you do not have to like put up like a presenter only, like who just have to present. No, that is not the correct way to do it. He should be an engineer only, maybe a front end engineer or back end engineer, but he should be a good presenter as well. It can be you. Okay, if you are like very good in presenting things or talking uh, about a product or whatever you have built, that's a just skill needed. Maybe you can start and become better. When I started, I was not a great presenter, but slowly I became a good presenter. And I think you are there to learn that skill as well through the hackathon. So definitely, but if you have a great presenter, it will definitely increase your chances of winning the hackathon. Because a lot of people, what they do is like they build a great product. I have personally seen, I have personally faced this. They build a great product, but they are not able to present it. They are not able to tell the key points, like what exactly they have built, how they have built. They just fumble up. Their presentation is not like great. They're not able to put the points, and they ultimately lose. And another person who had not done that much work, okay, uh, they are able to succeed. So it is like jo dikhta hai wahi bikta hai. That is like the term I use here, okay. uh, and the another part is like always have something unique in your product. If you just built a website, uh, maybe an AI website or some website, there are already a lot of websites. That is not, that will not allow you to win that particular hackathon. These judges or whatever the people are there, they are always looking for something unique, and they will ask you this question that what is new in this. Okay, so let's say you build a chat application. I mean, there are already a lot of chat applications, but if you integrated blockchain to it, okay, nowadays that is also common. But if you had integrated like blockchain to it, and you said like we are storing on blockchain, it is tamper proof, it is this and that, that is something unique that you have brought to it. Otherwise, building a Discord or a YouTube or something like that, there are already a lot of applications like that. And they will probably say that you have done a great work. I know it's very difficult to build a Discord. Let's say you built a Discord product, uh, that is like really a great work, but you will not win because there is no unique thing in your project. You have to build a Discord but add something new to it. And how you will think of new things, I mean, I cannot help you of thinking new things. It all comes with uh, as the knowledge you gain. And I think the best way is like the team you form discuss, okay, we can, Discord doesn't have this feature, maybe if we connect an AI functionality to Discord so that the chat already gets formatted or already gets changed to this thing, or like there is a bot that can like automatically uh, format all those messages. These kind of things you have to think of, and that is the direction that you have to go into. And nowadays you have chat gpt, you have Claude, you can take initial help from these AI models as well, okay, like to think what can be added to Discord which is not there. Like let's say if you want to build Discord, so it will probably tell you 10 things. Maybe that will not be like right thing to think of, but at least it will give you a starting point. Okay, this is something Discord is lacking. Can we solve it? Okay. And it will increase your creativity level as well. And that is like the task of hackathon, to increase your creativity, to think out of the box. Initially you might face problem like when you are participating in first hackathon or second hackathon or third hackathon, but I can definitely tell you today I can think of 10, 20 ideas very quickly, because it has become a habit of me, like while participating in hackathon, because every time I have to think, okay, what is the new thing that I can build. Sometimes I just build things which are like needed in a particular technology or a particular tech stack. Because let's say I am like, normally I'm like working on some product or software engineering stuff, and I found out that this tool is not available, okay, or this particular stack doesn't have this feature, can I build this? So from that also I get a good idea of building new products. Or maybe I build sometimes a very new library which is not available or which can help the community. So that is another way of thinking. So, and as I already said, front end and working product plays a great role in winning. Okay, you have a absolutely amazing back end. Okay, बहुत सारी चीजें उसमें कर दी है, but If your front end is very bad, if it is not working, you are showing on console, sometimes you might win, but most of the times you will fail. Front end, the way it looks, the way you are presenting, as it's a part of presentation, front end engineer is very important. And I think as a team you will find always difficult to get a good front end engineer. So if you can become a front end engineer yourself, okay, if you can gain the front end skills yourself, I think you will be unbeatable in any of the hackathons. As a like as a solo participant, you don't have to bother about anything if you gain the knowledge of front end, like building the front end things very quickly. The point is, I think nowadays everyone can build it, but the point is like how quickly you can build it and you can tweak the things according to the needs. If you can gain that skill out in you, I think you don't have to bother about uh, winning hackathons. You will definitely win. So that is like a very crucial point. And then I have already covered like how you present makes a difference. So minimum tech stack requirement, if you ask me, like before starting hackathons, what is the skills needed at least to start the hackathons? For backend, you should have a backend knowledge. Okay. I am saying this as a solo participant, but if, of course, as I said, you should initially start with team building. Okay, you should start with a team because you cannot acquire all of these skills in the first year, in the second year itself. That is why it is always better to have a team. But let's say you want to participate alone. So what are the skills? Or you want to participate in a team? What is the one skill that you need? Either the backend knowledge. I would say Node.js is preferred. Okay, a lot of people might be inclined towards Flask, Django, and all of those things. I would say not a great idea, because I mean that is like best. That is also best. That is also perfect. But a lot of libraries, a lot of things, mostly that comes in these hackathons, and the skills that other participants have, and in general, Node.js uh, will be a preferred thing because everything is present in that. A lot of libraries are built in Node.js only. All of these tech stack, all of these products on which you have to build, the sponsors that come into the hackathon, all of them have like Node.js libraries. So if you do not know Node.js, I think you will like just fail completely. When I started hackathon as well, at that time also, I didn't have Node.js knowledge in the first hackathon, and we faced a lot of issues. I faced like my whole team didn't have Node.js knowledge, and we faced a lot of issues. And after that, we decided like we have to acquire the Node.js knowledge as soon as possible. Otherwise, we will not be able to do anything because everything was available in Node.js. Python, of course, libraries would be available there, but it comes later. Java, I mean, very later on, until and unless you are working on app development and related stuff. So that is one thing. Then comes front end. For front end also Node.js is crucial. So it's the same kind of thing. But you should, if you want to go into front end as a team member or as a solo as well, you should have a front end knowledge. Of course, React and Next.js is preferred. There are Angular and all of those things. But again, you will find teammates and people mostly using React and Next.js. So from the hackathon perspective and from a quick POC perspective, so that you can build things quickly, React and Next.js is widely used, and I think this is like something you should definitely have knowledge about. Then app dev knowledge. If you are building apps, okay, you don't need front end if you are not building, but uh, if you want to build apps and all of those things, learn Flutter or React Native. If you are from a front end background, React and React Native have a similar kind of stuff. So and I would say like if a lot of these hackathons, that is one like trick of winning hackathons as well. A lot of people mostly build front end because that is the easiest thing. Like uh, they mostly build like web apps because that is like the easiest thing for everyone to learn and build. If you come up with an app in an hackathon, your chances of winning goes from like almost to 90%. So if there is an think of like there are two teams who have built the same kind of thing. If he has a web app, you have an app, there is higher chances that you will win. Okay, so definitely, and a lot of people don't know app dev much. So from a career perspective as well, like app development is something great to learn. Okay, and if you go into a team like saying like I know app development, that will be like a great thing for you. So definitely, if you're just starting the hackathons, you can start from the app building apps as well, and I think you will win very quickly as compared to going from the web dev route. Then, of course, you should have some knowledge of deployment and cloud knowledge, because you can show things on localhost, but if you have a URL, you will have a higher chance of winning. Okay, so if you deploy it, nowadays people deploy it on like Vercel and everything, so just that knowledge is also sufficient. At least always put your whatever you have built on a real URL. uh, and that is like important from the perspective of putting it in resume as well. So always have like a deployed version, not a local host version. If you are participating in Web3 hackathons, you should have the knowledge of smart contract development and related Ethereum and blockchain knowledge. If you are participating in AI, you should know about AI agent frameworks like LangChain and all of those things, and of course, Python and AI libraries. And the most important thing is that is okay, like you know how to build AI using AI libraries, Python, and models. You should know how to connect the AI model using an API and provide it to your friends. That is a crucial thing. Like you should know how to connect the things to libraries, and how to build an API in Python. So a lot of people use Flask for it. So that knowledge is very important. Now the four important questions that everyone asks me while participating in hackathons is like bounties versus a nice idea. Bounties means basically a lot of these hackathons, specifically in Web3, what happens, there are like a lot of sponsors. So the sponsors which basically fund the hackathon, and they have this condition, they have the prizes basically, like if you build on like this sponsored tech stack, you they have a prize money of let's say $10,000. If you build on this particular uh, uh, like sponsor. So if I just show you like one of the examples on ETH Global, recently an AI hackathon was going on, AI agent hackathon. So if I just go on here and if I just show you, so you can see $175,000 of prizes are there, and these are the sponsors basically. And the same thing happens in a lot of hackathons. College level hackathons might not have it, but they also have like 5, 10, like that. So you can see these are like the sponsors. So in the hackathon, you can build anything, but you have to use these sponsors under the hood. So autonom is basically like deploying things, okay, for AI agents. So they are saying like uh, build an agent. So the first prize would be 4,000, 2,000, 1,000. So if you build something on autonom sponsor using their stack, they provide like all the details. If you build something using autonom, the top three would be given this prize. Okay. Then the similar way, like there is Flow blockchain. This is a blockchain. So they are asking like we are this, and if you build something on us, we have like first place $2,500, second place $1,500, third place $1,000. This is like minimum 80,000, 90,000. There is like another prize of 2,000 for best no code AI launch. You can build anything, you can think of any. It's an open innovation, but you have to use these sponsors, and you can use multiple sponsors, like four of them, and probably you might win like prize from all the four. And this has happened. Like one team in the hackathon won like around $20,000 because they won from like 10 sponsors. Okay, so that is like how this sponsor and all of those things work. Now the question that comes to me is like we have a great idea with us, After a point of time, you will have a nice ideas in your mind and you want to build that. Okay, but then comes this bounties. They are asking like, to build on this, which doesn't fit with the idea that you have. Okay, what to do in this condition? So hackathons are not always about like uh, launching or like I mean to say like, uh, it's not a straightforward thing. So if you have to think like, if this particular hackathon has a lot of prizes, and it is better not to like go with my idea and to you have another idea which can basically build on these sponsors, it is always better to tackle the bounties. But let's say you have a nice idea and you think it will be like the winner, okay, then don't go with the bounties, because it can derail you of that nice idea. You had a very nice idea on, let's say, women's safety, but it doesn't fit in like any of the sponsors. But you are now trying to like accommodate uh, those sponsors so that you can win something. I think you should not do that, because I have seen there are a lot of nice ideas that people have, but because of the bounties they fail. They don't get much bounties. They might win like some money, but their idea had the potential to be the winner. They can go to the stage. Okay, so uh, but because of the bounties they get derailed. So you have to balance and think about what is the best fit here. So if you have a very nice idea, you are very confident, go with it. Do not bother about bounties. You will win. You will be the top winner. But if you don't have a very nice idea, go with the bounties and learn. Bounties are a way to learn about that new tech. Another part is, should I go solo hacking? If you are in first year, I would not recommend. In second year, start with a team. Later on, once you reach to third and fourth year, maybe later on you will not find your friends in the same comfort, because someone has internship, someone has something. Then you can start solo hacking, and at by that time you will be like much more proficient with all the stack that I mentioned. My project is incomplete. Should I submit? Of course, you don't have to build a perfect product, but at least have something working. It should not be like it is not working in any sense. But it is, if it is working, but the front end is not complete and all of those things are not complete, just show the features. Okay, these are the buttons. These are not implemented. Maybe don't tell about it, but just show whatever it is running. Hackathons are not about like building complete things. It is about like building proof of concepts, or just starting with your startup, or starting with your idea that you have. And definitely like submit if it is incomplete. How to reach to international ones? This is another question. So international ones, it is not something that you have to pay from your pockets. Many of the international hackathons actually have a lot of hacker houses, and they basically uh, many times fund you as well to come to these international hackathons. Okay, or at least the prizes are that many that you get your money back. But if you are not confident about the stay cost and all of those things, or like the flight cost and everything, many times when these international hackathons happen, especially the ETH global ones, there are a lot of people, a lot of hacker houses which provide you with free stay, free food, and I mean sometimes free flights as well. Free stay and free food is easy to get, but free flights, most of the times you will get it in some way, but not always. For this, you need to be very active on Twitter, because there is no one place that has all of this information as of now. So you just have to be very active on Twitter, start following Web3 companies, people, and slowly everything will come on your timeline. So this is a very big question that everyone asks, like how to reach out. We don't know, our LinkedIn is empty. Start following people, start following projects. So slowly you will automatically on your timeline, these kind of things will come. That is how the algorithm works. So make use of that algorithm. So just follow the people and keep searching about these things. I have already told you how to search about it. Search like Web3 hackathons, if you want to go to an international hackathon and want a free stay, search web3 hacker house. Okay, just search about hacker house, event name or hacker house. So if you just search about it, it will show you everything on the Twitter. You have to just surf it, and probably you will see a Google form or something, and then just apply to it. Of course, you need some profile, but definitely, like, sometimes they fund people. I have recently seen for ETH Denver, there is an ETH Denver going on, like, will be happening after few days. So at that time, uh, there is one college DAO which is funding students to go to them. They are providing like 200 $300 worth of travel fund to like top 10 participants. So that is something you can like apply to and get into. So there are a lot of ways to go to international ones. It is just all about keeping a track on Twitter. Twitter is very prominent in all of these things, and LinkedIn. And the best way to get these is, as I said, follow the people, follow the projects, follow the companies, and automatically these things will reach. And once you start going to hackathons, your connection will automatically build. Okay, and you will get all of those things. And then, of course, participate in a Smart India hackathon. Okay, uh, a lot of people say because it's a way to like reach to at a national level and meet like the PM, uh, and the craze is next level. This year I was a judge in the Smart India hackathon, so I really like the craze there. Like, everyone was competing like with full strength. They built cool products. Okay, year by year the vibe is like great in the Smart India hackathon. And a lot of people got DRDO internship and everything, ministry internship. METI hired a lot of people from the Smart India hackathon because of the projects. So definitely participate in that. And if you ask me like what is the way to win it, of course, in Smart India hackathon you need like 6-member teams. The way to reach to grand finale, so in Smart India hackathon the thing is there is like a pre-round which happens in your college, and then there is a final grand finale round that will happen in like in a some other state funded by government. You will be traveling from your college to that particular college in south or some other place, funded, everything funded by the government. So you just have to clear this pre-round basically. I mean, I think you can manage the college, right? You have to be very good with the teachers, and teachers should forward your presentation. So the trick to win here is to reach to the grand finale at least, because only 5 teams get selected per problem statement in Smart India Hackathon for the grand finale. So it is your presentation. They just tell you like you have to submit your presentation and it should be 4 page. Always mention flow diagrams in your presentation when you are applying to Smart India Hackathon, or whether it's any kind of hackathon. Please make an nice architecture diagram about how the flow works, how the things work. The nicest your architecture diagram is, the flow diagram, the better the people will understand and will feel that this is a nice implementation and everything. And always for Smart India hackathon, it is always like the team thing I said. Like, there should be front end developer, back end developer, a presenter. You should have like at least 2 front end, 2 back end developers, because ultimately if you reach grand finale hackathon, they will ask you to make changes very quickly in your whatever you have built. And if you do not have front end developers or back end developers and you just went with just copying or pasting, you will fail in the grand finale, because they will ask you to make changes, and for that you need the people in your team which can code quickly. Okay, that is one thing. And to reach to grand finale, as I said, the presentation is the main thing. Put architecture diagram in that, and definitely put a demo link and a video link. This year we rejected all those people who were like didn't have a demo and all of those things. They don't ask explicitly for demo video and code, but always mention GitHub, link and the video link in your presentation. I will, I can say, like, if you just mention everything and just properly mention the architecture diagram and the implementation, not text based, just a clear view, you will definitely reach to the grand finale. Okay, and always like try to grab the problem statement which are very hard, because if there is a like very easy problem statement which is just about building website or something, a lot of people will apply and your chances will get low. Try to tackle hard problem statements. So if you just follow these principles, I think you will reach to the Smart India Hackathon grand finale. And of course there is like time constraints, but if you have any doubts with Smart India Hackathon, you can reach out to me at any time. um, uh, or like whenever you are participating, but I think I have told you the main points to like reach there and what you need to take care of. So this is all about today's session. If you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. Scan this code, like if you want to connect on LinkedIn and everything. And yeah, let me see the chat and see what the questions are. How to create that something unique thing? It seems that my idea is good enough, but then during the pitch, I see many people with the same idea. Yeah, that can happen sometimes. I mean, that has happened with me as well. Like uh, there are a lot of people building a similar kind of thing, but if you find out like a lot of people are building it, you have to like think of more of a unique idea in that particular product itself, like how you can make it more better than others. I think that is the only challenge of hackathon that you have to solve. If you are able to solve that, and initially it will not come easily when you are starting, but as I said today, after participating in a lot of hackathons and building a lot of products, now I have a broader like ideas. I have a broader things in my mind which I can apply. And it is always better like you use real world problems, because a lot of people don't use real world problems. So see if there is a real world problem, then that can be more unique than building normal things. I think I have already repeated the name of the hackathon, which is like Ethereum ETH New Delhi, ETH Global New Delhi Hackathon. Best way to approach other coders. Most of the time, they don't even reply. Yeah, finding teammates is difficult. If you are in online hackathon, online, I would say if it's a 1 month hackathon or a 15 days hackathon, it is better to participate solo as well. Like online, it's very difficult to participate in a team, but these hackathons have their channels, Discord channels, and everything for team building. So you can try, always try. I have participated in a lot of international hackathons, and I always made a team. And the team was like someone from was Spain, someone was from London, someone was from like some other country. And in that way, I built a network. I built, I made new friends. Okay, now they are my friends. In like, I went to Istanbul once, and there I had the best team of my life. It was totally random team. We met in a hacker house. We went on like a dinner together because of that hacker house. And on like the table itself, we thought of an idea. Okay, just by discussing while having the dinner, and we formed the team, 5 member team. And I would say that was the best team in my life. Okay, that I participated in, and I really enjoyed the. And more important than winning hackathon is the experience. The experience should be great. Like you should sleep well after the hackathon, like we created something. Okay, and that will only come if you have a great team. That is for sure. If you are participating solo, then your mind will be like blown away. Okay, but if you have a great team, definitely like your experience would be great. But I know online it creates problem, so participate solo in online. But if you are offline, try to like network with other people, other college people, and make them friend. In online hackathon as well, I would say you can reach out to other international people, because in international ones, national ones, there are people around. So it's just like you have to manage and try out things. So this is bound to happen in online hackathons. In offline, this is very much like not possible. Like the coder doesn't reply. So, what do you mean by architectural diagram? The architectural diagram is basically the flow diagram. Uh, I mean, how the things work. So, if I just give you an example, uh, I can show you an example. So, so this is what I mean by architecture diagram. I hope you can see on the screen. So this is like what I mean by architecture, like how the things will work, how just tell about your technical architecture, like how the things are working. And the best website to build is like draw.io, flowchart maker. Okay, it's easy to use. There are a lot of other tools as well. Um, I want to know what we can do to reach out for opportunities. I had participated in SIH finale but did not win. Forex, like we had applied for alumni status. What else can we do? You can become a mentor. After 1 or 2 years, they allow you to become a mentor. Mostly they choose like the winners initially, but you can still participate. It will happen on SIH alumni website only. Just look out for there whenever like a new hackathon comes or something like that. They open positions for mentor, and if they select you, you become a mentor. And sometimes they ask you for like speaking sessions and a lot of things. Then there are like after SIH, but those are for winners actually. After there is an another uh, hackathon for the winners of the SIH, which is like the international one. But you can, if you are still in college, try again in SIH. I think first time if you fail, you have a better experience of winning the next time. So participate again. But if you have not win, still you will get a lot of opportunities. So as I said, you can become a mentor, and uh, they will ask you to like speak at some places whenever required, based on your profile, of course. And if you want internships, just fill out their form of like the startup thing. So if you tell like what you did after the hackathon with your project, so there are chances they will fund you, or they will basically give you internships as well. How demo video should look like should we make PPT and make video of PPT, or make video of app or website? I would always prefer like video of like the demo, but uh, it's the best video would be to have a very 2 or 3 slides PPT which talks about like the first one is of course like the name of the project and everything, and the second one is like problem, the third one is like solution with architecture. Solution should not be like text. I would say like the one is like problem statement and solution, and the second slide should be the architecture diagram, and then demo. That is like the ideal flow. But it this is like general, I would say the best PPT, very short time video that you can have. But let's say some hackathon says like you need a business model. It depends upon hackathon. So they ask like this is a business hackathon, you have to build a business model or something like that. Then you have to put like all of those things in the presentation and show that as well. But normally it's just like problem, solution, and the architecture and the demo video. If it is a business type or startup type or something like that, in college level hackathons put like business model as well. You have to weigh based on what the judges want, what kind of judges are there, what is their like need. So can we use same project for different hackathons if they have the same problem statement? As I said, not a lot of hackathons have problem statement. It is theme based. Of course, you can use the same project in multiple hackathons, but these hackathons have rules sometimes. Okay, that you cannot start your hackathon project before the start of the hackathon, and it can lead to disqualifications. In ETH Global, you cannot do that. You have to always start fresh in the hackathon. So it depends upon again hackathon. Maybe you can repeat one project one or two times, not complete repeat, maybe extend the functionality. That is fine, but it is always better to like have a new thing and follow the hackathon rules. But it is always also possible, like if you have a broader vision with your project, that you just extend new functionalities in new hackathons, and you just tell the hackathon organizers about that we have extended this functionality, are you okay? If they say yes, then it's fine to do that. Are there any tools or frameworks that can speed up back and front end development during a hackathon? Of course, like chat gpt and claude is there nowadays. So uh, that can like that is like, I think, a tool for the hackathon participants nowadays. You can build front ends very quickly, and you can build like uh, a lot of things. So make use of that, of course, because it's available for the use itself. So nowadays solo participants just need the backend knowledge. Front end can be done by gpt and claude. That is like a problem as well for the engineers. Do dsa helps in hackathon? Probably you can write better code in hackathon, which companies can like, but of course not directly. DSA, uh, DSA is not directly tested on. DSA is basically how you write better code. So your code will be better in terms when you put on GitHub and everything. But hackathon needs quick POCs. You have to write things quickly. So many times you do not pay attention to algorithms and everything. You pay attention to functionalities, and that should be your goal. Can you give a roadmap to Web3? So for Web3, I would say the roadmap that I always say to everyone is, first of all, learn JavaScript, okay, web development. Second step is create projects using web development. Then the third step is learn about Bitcoin in 1 week. Then learn about Ethereum for 1 week. Okay, start smart contract development, smart contract knowledge like Solidity and everything. Once you are done with Solidity, participate in hackathons, build projects, more things, and then just go into like other languages like Rust, Solana, and other blockchains. So this should be like your path to uh, learning Web3. Learn a little bit about Bitcoin. Maybe you can start with Summer of Bitcoin that is coming up. That is a great way to learn. Open source program Summer of Bitcoin, they teach you about Bitcoin. Once you are done with Bitcoin and all of those knowledge, learn about Ethereum. There are a lot of courses, Udemy courses and everything. And after uh, you are done, you have learned about Solidity, start building like full stack decentralized applications, like using front end and smart contract as the back end. Plug them, make new projects, and after that, I think you will automatically uh, will be in a space where you will know what to do next. Next is like learning more blockchains, new stack, participating in ETH global hackathons, and that is the way to go. Sir, you were research well, so can you please tell what do judges check while evaluating the projects? Yeah, like if you are asking the online one, like where your presentation goes, so we see like how well you have written, like the how well is your presentation in terms of technical implementation. If you have written anything in like any jargon, like high level stuff like we will plug these and these things, you will get rejected. So we look for, as I said, GitHub URL, your demo URL if you have, and whatever the details are present in. I need architecture diagram, these three things. If we feel it is good, it is great. I can also tell you like we received like 200 250 submissions for one problem statement, and out of that we had to choose only 5. So you can see what's the competition in some problem statements can be. There are a lot of problem statement where only 10 and 15 submissions happen, but there are a lot of problem statement where like uh, 200 250 submissions were there and 5 were selected only. So because only 5 can be selected, so just put everything that you have in those 4 slides of presentation, and later on like when you are in grand finale, we only see like the changes that we have said to you. Are you able to implement it? How good is your implementation as compared to other teams? So only 5 teams are there in grand finale, so you have to compete only with 5 of them. So whosoever is like best in their implementation and whatever the changes we say to them during the grand finale, like in the hackathon itself, if you are able to implement them, change them, work according to our feedbacks, you will win that hackathon. What's your favorite hackathon project you have seen? Uh, I mean, there are a lot of favorite hackathon project. I mean, I can talk about my personal favorite hackathon project, which was like I built in East Singapore, which was related to Wi-Fi, decentralized Wi-Fi. I just showed the architecture diagram of that just time back. So that was my favorite project. I built that solo. So, but I have seen a lot of nice projects. So uh, uh, it's difficult to tell like any particular favorite one. Like chances are higher in hard things projects. Yes, of course, that is always the thing. If you are building like normal things, everyone is building that. If you are building like hard things, unique things, if you are building something related to Linux or something like that, not everyone can build operating systems. If you build a new operating system, maybe on like blockchain or using blockchain or something like that, I mean, you have a unique idea and you won that. So that is like the thinking you should have.
Amazing. So I guess all the questions have been covered, and Mohit, you have shared a lot of tips and strategies and everything covered related to hackathon. Now, everyone, I request if I know this is very late, but still, if any one of you can switch on your camera so that we can have a quick group picture together with Mohit and we can put it on LinkedIn, that would be great. It's a promise day, and as I've already told you, I want a promise from you all that after this session, you have to post about this session, about the takeaways, about the experiences, and the things that you have learned from this session. That would really help us support this community. And don't forget to tag Mohit and Girls in Tech. So I guess yes, Aditi and Siddhi is good to go. Uh, so. We'll click the picture with them only because it's too late, so I'll not request more people. If anyone wants to join in, they can. And Mohit, can you stop presenting the screen? Yeah, thank you so much. So yes, we can have a like, say cheese or something like anything. Okay? Yeah, happy faces. Okay. Thank you so much, Ishita, Ananya, Catherine, Siddhi, and Aditi, for turning on the cameras. And yes, good night, everyone. But before that, thank you so much, Mohit, for covering everything in detail. You have covered from the basics till the advance. And I hope that all the girls got to know a lot of things. And in the future, they'll win the hackathon using the tips
Yeah.
and strategies that you have shared, thanks to you. And the recording of this video would be published on our YouTube channel, so more and more people in future would see because we have good views over there as well. So this session would definitely help a lot more people. And this thing I am keeping in mind, if in future anyone ever ask from me regarding the hackathon and guidance, I will surely refer this session recording of yours to them. So
Awesome.
I loved this session and exciting to meet you like one day in person. Thank you so much, Mohit, for coming.
Thank you, Manik, for hosting me, and all of you. Thank you for asking questions and keeping